Yeah. They have a code that they live by. As we jump back into this next episode, I'm gonna segue it with this, right? So it was a Latino cat, older cat. He came over to my house, man. This was like in '95, right? Like I had this condo out in Paramount. So he came over there, and his son was in the game and all that. You didn't know they had a whole lot of money. I was moving out the condo to somewhere else, so I was budgeting my little bread, this, that, and that. I had actually just got out of jail, right? So he came over there to buy the furniture. I never forget this. They papered up. He was like, "How much for everything in here?" I was like, "I'm not selling everything." Then he said, "Okay, how much for everything in the living room?" So I threw a number out there. Number was pretty high, right? He was like, "Okay." Went in this pocket, Latino cat, he had on tight pants. He went in this pocket. He pulled out a coin. Then he looked at me. Then he said, my friend, I'm going to flip this coin. Heads, I pay double. Tails, I get it for free. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I need my paper, right? And then he said, my friend. Heads, I pay triple. Tails, I get it for free, right? I'm sitting there thinking, right? And I'm not a gambler. My mama, my family, I come from the energy. That's not me. So I just was like, what? I was like, and then he said, my friend. Okay. He papered up. I flipped the coin. Heads, I pay 5 times what it's worth. I'm adding that up in my head. Tails, I get it for free. Let's do it, right? I'm like, let's do it. Like, you done pump me up. Man, my brother Don Shay in the background looking like, dang, like, what's going to happen? Like, like, what's going to happen? Because, and this is what I learned, I'm thinking about like all the reasons that I don't like I can't lose. Like I'm thinking like, nah, I need this. Like I can't lose. Like I'm thinking about all of that. He in affluence. He got paper. So he's just like, okay, you ready? Flipped it up, and it just went in slow motion. You ever saw something flip? And I'm just like, damn, won't it land already? I'm looking at it, and then it boom, and then it went all under the couch and all that. I'm like, oh no. So then my brother Dashe, he moved the couch. My heart beat, boom, 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 boom. Right, and I'm gonna be 15 racks up. All right, I'm about to get this man his stuff, right? Mind you, I always kept heat, so I'm like, I wasn't finna, I was in that life, but I was like, man, I ain't never finna give up my stuff. So then I was like, it better be what it's supposed to be. Man, I turned, he moved the thing, and I looked, I lost, right? I looked at him, man, shook his hand. He hauled it up out of there, man. I was so hurt.
You ain't flipped that coin first or nothing?
Right.
You don't want to say like...
I know. I was supposed to touch it, but you think in 95, like this is, come on now. Like I'm like 22.
A lot of Dapper Dan's book is just about...
I'm 22, 23.
A lot of Dapper Dan's book is about him being like with cards and dice.
Yes.
And how he could like, manipulate shit, how he buying special dice.
Absolutely. I was never supposed to let him touch it.
No. Number one. And number two, I would have never said I'd do it. Right. But number two, risk is exposure and and probability.
Yeah. So, exposure and probability. Yeah.
So you're thinking the probability is 50-50. It really depends on the coin.
Yes.
But let's just say he had a good coin.
Right.
The question is the exposure. Right. So is it gonna hurt you if you have to give it away? If it's going to be critical, that's
what it taught me.
Then regardless, even if it's a 10% risk,
right?
You don't do it.
If
it's going to ruin you,
right?
Then it don't even matter if you got if chances are 90%, 80% in your favor, but it's going to ruin you. You don't take that chance.
But you know what I was searching for in that interaction? I was searching for the lesson because I knew that it was presented. Yeah, I knew it was presented for a reason because I'm talking about 95, so 93, 94, I'm having it my way. Like, so I'm like, money, quote unquote, ain't a thing. So when that happened, I was searching for the lesson and I got it. right? So that one thing, like I never went through that. Again, that was over 25 years ago. So that ain't been I didn't repeat that, but I needed that lesson. If that was gonna cost me that, I feel that it was worth it. And I would have did it in a heartbeat again because I got that lesson and I never went through it again.
I feel you.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, if that makes sense. So poetry. I'm back here with my brother Talam AC. You know, I just dig how, you know, when I found out. I think this was in like 2000 and I don't know, 14 or whenever it was. When I heard that you told me you was moving out to Cali, man.
Oh, 2015.
2015. Talk to us about that decision, man. Was it the weather? Was it the weather, brother?
It was about some consulting and more so about my son. His mother lived here.
Okay.
And he was living in Florida with me. Mm-hmm. And I have a morbid sense of just my own existence. Right now, I believe I could see the end. Not how it's going to end, but I could like how you're looking through a tunnel and you can see the light. Yes. Like I actually feel like I'm moving towards a door. Like so, I feel that way.
Powerful.
With my son, we were close, and you know we're still cool. We kick it and all that talk and so on and so forth. And at the time, it was just me and him. I mean, I lived with him. I was in a relationship, so she had 2 kids with that. But I mean, in terms of family, it was mostly me and him. My mother was in the area. I didn't want to disappear. I didn't want to like my life end and the person that he, that was everything to him. Right. He ain't got it no more. So I wanted him to have that relationship with his mother. And it was just a time. I know women have that time with their mothers.
Yes, they do. Yes.
They don't get they just and the father got to kind of come in.
Right.
But so I wanted him to have that, and it's good. Okay. So when we moved back here, he stayed still with me for 3 years, and he had slowly moved in with his mother, like 1 foot at a time. Wow. Started going over there for a Saturday, then for 2 for the weekend. Then he don't want to come home Monday, he's too tired. Sunday night, and
that's your only son?
My only biological, yeah.
Okay.
So me and Keela have. Yeah,
so okay, dope.
My only biological, and that was what I moved here for. I wanted him to be closer to his mother.
Yeah,
that was the main thing.
Yeah, that was the main thing.
I mean, it was no, it was no aspirations for anything that goes on here. And yet, here it is.
Here it is.
All for us. Right. And we're about to like scoop it up.
Right. Life, like I told y'all, it's a long game. It's really long. So one of the things, brother, now, like I'm just gonna have a moment to just let you know. One of the things that I always, appreciated and admired about you is how you love your family, like how you love your children and all of that. Like I really appreciate that. And then just even
that's all it is.
Yeah, that part. Family, experience.
There's levels of family.
That's the magic.
So your family, you're not family like my daughter's a family.
Right. But yeah, it is levels.
Yeah.
It is levels. Yeah.
Your family, I mean, you're high up.
Yes.
In my pantheon of life.
Likewise, brother. Likewise.
Energy.
Likewise. And when I look through, this is what I want to ask you. When I look through the landscape of poetry, of, creative expression, right? I can see vividly with, with even my journey, growing up in Watts and all of this, co-founding Still Waters and just being in that energy and mostly stationed, but bringing poets in from all over the world. And with you being able to travel all over the world, my question is this, like, I have a few poets that I can say that's on vibrationally matched when it comes to really the honoring of their poetry thread or their, the people that's influenced them.
You might be one of the best at it, in fact, that I've encountered.
Dope.
You are a historian, an archivist, how you give back. Umar comes here if... whoever of our forebears come here, you right there. You on point to come in and pick them up from the airport, take them around, make sure they're okay. you know, whoever it may be. And I appreciate that. And you chronicle, so you work with Baba Amdi to get his story.
Yes.
I admire that greatly.
I appreciate that, brother.